Mario Canseco, where do we see this campaign going as the podcast comes out after the first week? There'll be another 4 weeks or so. A lot can happen along the way in the campaign trail. There still are the debates to happen. Where do you see this going as the trade war has taken off to become the number one issue?
The Liberals are benefiting from the trade war. There's no two ways about it. And now we have 30% of Canadians who say it's the number one issue facing the country. The over 55 voter is more likely to feel this way and also more likely to say that they're voting for the Liberals. So that explains the last couple of days the efforts of the Conservatives to talk to seniors by offering a free tax-free savings account, some certain changes to the fiscal policy. They need to get that demographic back. It's a demographic that used to vote for the Conservatives under Stephen Harper, but doesn't anymore. I think the main surprise of the first week is how quickly the center-left forces have galvanized around Carney. The level of support for the NDP is in single digits. They haven't had numbers this low in a quarter century when Alexa McDonough was their leader. The Greens are at a threshold that would not guarantee participation in the televised debate for Jonathan Bernot. And we also have people who usually are hardcore sovereigntists in Quebec saying it might be worth our while to ensure that the country we want to secede from exists. So we're going to vote for the Liberals this time. Usually you have this movement in the final 3 or 4 days of the campaign, not in the first 3 or 4. So we could be in a situation where the Liberals peak too early and the Conservatives come back, or the numbers just keep climbing as people start to get to know Mark Carney.
Andy Yan, is Mark Carney for real? I mean, I'm not sensing Carney mania like there was Trudeau mania 2.0 in 2015. Carney is a rookie to federal campaigns. Poilievre is really the pro. He's been practicing for this for the last couple of years. Here we have Mark Carney, who is an economist and corporate titan. Brookfield Asset Management, his previous job, $1 trillion company that helped Elon Musk buy Twitter, and the company that has invested in China, for instance. Is this just a lot of hype, a lot of sizzle around the state?
Well, he is the image that comes up if you ask ChatGPT, give me an image of a Canadian banker who is running for prime minister. And that is and he is at least that image now of what could be a generative artificial intelligence construct. And I think that it's really rolling into, how Canadians are feeling at this moment, not necessarily by the enthusiasm or the charm of any of the particular federal leaders, but as a serious anger, fear, and concern about what's coming out of the United States. That I think the feeling that we are in an existential crisis in terms of who we are as Canadians, I think has really changed the entire environment, as Mario has touched upon, in terms of what the major issues are and what Canadians see as leadership. But then at the same time, it's not particularly arenas. If you were to take the issues before Donald Trump, there hasn't been really dramatic changes towards public policy or innovations around particular issues like housing in particular. So I think that this is really going to be, something that in one way isn't based upon the individual candidates themselves, but really how Canadians feel about what's happening south of the border and who has the reputation or the potential they feel who's going to provide the adequate response.